Hello! Hey, guess what? The calendar says today is the first day of spring. So that's great news. And yesterday I saw daffodils growing and some other kind of flowers, and there were bees in the flowers. And I just love it. I love looking for the first signs of spring and the things that are growing. Yes, I saw snowflakes yesterday too, but we are getting there. It is time. The earth is turning. The things are starting to grow again. And we are growing as well. Hooray! I also wanted to share with you that I finished my painting. See how you can get a sense of the size when I stick my hand over it, like, oh, tiny hand, big painting. She is 5 foot by 5 foot. I feel like you were with me when I started her, so there she is. I have been working on her. And yeah, so I'm just trying to build a portfolio I'm not trying, I am building a portfolio as a muralist. So I painted big, and now I'm going to give her to the world. I'm probably going to go stick her in an alley somewhere and just see who takes her. All right, so that's good news. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Guess what else today is? A full moon. Ah, woo! Full moon. I love howling at the moon, and I used to be really shy about it, but I'm less shy. I'm still a little shy. I find being on my bike is a really easy way to just like scream if I need to, or howl at the moon, or sing out loud, because I can just like zip on by anyone who might have been judging me for it. So get on your bike and go howl at the moon today if you're able. But what I am suggesting today, truly, is to go look at the moon. Pay attention to the moon. This has changed my life in so many awesome ways, and I realized as I decided that this was going to be the topic for today's little positive tidbit, I still struggle to articulate what it means to me and what it's doing in my life. But just the simple act of paying more attention has been really profound and transformational. I feel like it's helped me connect to something bigger than myself. I feel like it's helped me connect to something more ancient. And as someone who has created a spirituality, like I came from religion, a religious background, and it was so harmful and so painful, and I went through a long phase where I didn't believe in God at all. And that's painful too, because I think that knowing that there's something bigger than us is sort of like hardwired into us, whatever you want to call it. And nature is such a nice way to just see that for yourself, right? Like everything's growing, everything comes back around again, everything is cared for. Like, I don't know, like I said, it's hard to articulate, but connecting to nature has been just a soothing way for me to sort of get back in touch with my spiritual self and this God business. And it's beautiful. And I remember loving the moon forever. Like, I remember when I was a train hopper and being on this train all by myself in the middle of the night and seeing the moon and just holding on to the ladder in the middle of nowhere, all alone, hearing the train and howling at the moon, and it was just amazing. I also had Bad Religion on a Walkman, so that was fun. But more recently, I've taken I should say there was another, marker on my path to loving the moon, and that was through the book Cunt by Inga, I'm going to butcher her last name, Museo. That book will be showing up here when I'm on my period, because that's been really helpful. But she talks about watching the moon to help with cramps and connect. Like there's a big connection between women and the moon and all that jazz. So, but this is the book I'm talking about today, Lunar Abundance by Ezzy Spencer. She's from Australia, mate. I think Australia or New Zealand. I know I shouldn't mix those up. It's Australia, I'm pretty sure. I heard her on a podcast, and she is really cool. And I really love the mix of like woo-woo spirituality and science and stuff. And so I like her because she's a doctor also. And she talks about how watching the phases of the moon and incorporating the different phases into her life, kind of jiving herself with the more natural cycles, actually helped her get her PhD faster and with more sanity. So I realize I'm already at 4 minutes. So, hey, special spring full moon edition. We're going a little long. Lucky you. But I just wanted to say the cool thing about Ezzy's book and this lunar abundance idea is that rather than thinking about the moon in just two phases, like if you do watch the moon, you're probably familiar with full moon, and maybe you're familiar with working with the new moon. And she talks about 8 phases and how it kind of flows between yin and yang phases all through its cycle. So there's pairs of yin and yang, and they alternate. And so the full moon is a yang phase, and yang is the energy of action and giving and movement and progression and things like that. And the yin phases are more about like taking a rest, taking a breath. It's more about the inhale. It's about receiving. And it's really great, especially in this culture, if you're in like an American Western kind of mindset culture. We tend to get in this mode, especially I think when you're starting a business or trying to make money or something, of just push, 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 go, go, go. It's effort, effort, effort. I'm going to make my goals no matter what. And we like give each other like badges of honor if we're so busy all the time and if our schedules are booked, and we all kind of run around in this frazzled but self-congratulatory way. And it just isn't as effective. But it is counterintuitive to sort of be like, how can a time of rest actually move my goals forward more than if I just kept efforting forward? I don't know if this makes sense, but I'm just a guide to tools and resources that help it make more sense. So if this is interesting to you, check out this book, Lunar Abundance by Ezzy Spencer. She has an Instagram account, which is really great, and she gives interviews and podcasts and does workshops and stuff. So check her out. Go outside and check out the beautiful full moon if you can. And then just feel, so the other thing I'll say is that I've been practicing setting intentions with the moon. So the new moon is time to set your intention, and then you kind of water it and tend to it all through the phases of the moon. And then the full moon is when you're like in gratitude and you're appreciating and you're tying up loose ends, and it's about harvesting. I'll do another video about this kind of stuff. I do want to do a video about ritual and stuff. That'll be TBD in the future. What I will say, what was I getting at? Oh, the full moon. Now is the time for gratitude, and now is the time for looking around and seeing like, okay, what do I need to, what, do you have an intention? Do you have something that you're working on, a dream, a goal? Take a look around you and see how it's manifested already, or see what else you need to do to kind of move it along the path these next 2 weeks, the next half of the moon, the entire moon cycle, the 28, 29 days, whatever. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things that I am actively practicing and not super skillful at teaching, and that's okay. The point of these is just to share with you what's helping my life, and then if you're into it, go check it out. Go check out some of these books. Go check out some resources. Get outside, go look at the moon. That's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.